Alright, Jake Phelps here, Village Hardware in Rockwell, Maryland, and this is how to make a trout line for crabbing. First thing you're going to do is buy 2 spools of this stuff. That's what it is. There's all the numbers, and there's the price. See, this stuff is a little stouter than it used to be. So they used to use this right here. It's a little bit softer, just slightly. And that's why they changed the name on this to medium instead of soft. But this is still perfectly fine for crabbing. That's step 1. Alright, and then you're going to need to get 100 foot of this right here. There's the price. And that's what it is. Need 100 foot of this. Alright, and then you're going to need, that's the chain size right there. You're going to need 2 pieces of this. And it's going to end up being about 28 links. As in links 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You're going to need 28 links, whatever that comes out to. And again, there's the size. And then you're also going to need these. And you're going to need 2 of these. 2. Alright, and for the buoys, that's the bottle you'll need right there. It's 2.5 gallon. That's the shape. That's one of the products that it encapsulates. And here are 2 more of them, so that you'll know exactly the right kind of a bottle for the buoys. Alright, you got all your materials. Only thing you're missing now is your anchor. And this is what I like to use. I call them river weights. It says Sea Sense 15 on it. And the way I attach this to that real thick rope that I showed you earlier is with a simple bowling knot. And at the end of the rope, when you're done your bowling, this one I actually used, I actually did it right and heated it. And this is a different kind of rope and all than what I showed you to get, but I work on the water and I ain't got money for all that shit. But I just showed the ideal stuff to get. Alright, this right here, what I like to do with these really is just tie a freaking knot. I mean, that'll, you don't have to do all that fancy. It's not real fancy, but you don't got to do all that. But that's just on there with a bowling knot. And a bowling knot, I don't know what the heck the Boy Scouts call it, but this is a bowling knot. And this is the main rope the main knot you're going to need for crabbing. I don't really use a whole lot of other ones. Sometimes I got to make one up. Just like this. Twist that around like that. Put that through there. Bring it like that. And then put it back through this. And then you've got a bowling knot. And it's nice because you can get it undone. And it's hard to do slow and explain it. But this is what it should look like once you get used to doing it. And also, generally, when you're making those, you're doing them around something, and it makes it easier. But that's the knot you're going to need for making a trotline. Alright, so you got that thick rope I showed you on this, on your anchor. You got your anchor, you tie it on there. And then you want from your anchor to your buoy to be 50 foot. That's what you want. And the anchor I'm using, that's the lightest you want to go. More weight never hurts anything except for your dexterity and your body. I mean, the more weight the merrier as far as the anchor is concerned. I like that shape, I like that weight of an anchor just because it just seems to catch and all. It just works good. It works good with 50 foot from that to your buoy. Then on your buoy, all you gotta do is do another bowling knot. And again, this is with your thick rope. These are your anchor lines that are going to be connected to your trot line. Pop a bowling knot on here, and I'll show you the kind I like to use for this. I like it about like that. So that way when I wrap my buoys, it just seems to work pretty well. And I also like to have a little bit of play on this. Right here. Because with my trot line, I can just snap it on there. See that? That's how I do it. So when this is sitting in the water, it looks like that. All right, now and I showed you the clips that I use. That's one of them right there. Then you take this and you tie it to your trot line. On the end of the, and of course you got two spools. What I showed you, just tie those together with a square knot. I guess I'll show that too. Knots aren't going to hurt you. Tie this on there. All right, and this is going to be called your lead line. Tie it into your trot line on there. You want 50 foot from this, and you just use another bowling knot on that. Doesn't have to be anything fancy, just do a bowling knot. And with the splices, just tie a knot on it. You don't even got to use a lighter. Knots work fine. All right, your lead line is going to be 50 foot from this to your chain. You got 50 foot there. And then from the end of the chain, you're just going to do the exact same. It's going to be your line. And hopefully somebody's watching this, they know a little something about crabbing. I mean, I understand there's a lot to it. A lot of people do not know the right way to do it, and they get a lot of bad information. Then there's your line. So basically, and with this, you just use your, just use a piece of your trot line. Just cut, do your 50 foot, cut it, do your splices, whatever, and just put the other part on here. You know, I even tried one time. I don't know. I just didn't. I tried to run a rope through. I don't know, but that's stupid. Don't do that. Tried to run a rope through all the chains and it just like squeezed it or something. I don't remember what happened, but don't do that. But yeah, so that's how you make a trot line. I mean, it seems easy to me just because, like, I kind of, I've been messing with this stuff. All right, with the with my barrels, I put my trot line in. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do an exact dimensions because if you watch my other videos, you'll see, how I set trot lines, etc. I show a large range about the right way to crab, in my opinion. It works pretty good for me, so I don't know. All right, the things I like to use, and I run more than 1,200 foot, but what I like to use is these. They're Rubbermaid. I don't know how many gallons exactly. I just go in and grab it and pay for it because I can eyeball it. But it is, all right, that's how tall it is, like 22 inches. And that's how wide it is. All right. I don't think anybody should need much more than that. And then with this, see, this is a larger one because, like I said, I work on the water and I ain't got money to buy the right stuff for this stuff. That's how I like to do that. Right there. Just a little thing I came up with. It's got like a square knot in there, and that way, I can drag my freaking trot line. See, take this thing anywhere. It's fine. I don't gotta carry it, tear my back up, and all that other fun shit. And I guess I'll go ahead and show the square knot also in this. I just remembered, I did say that, didn't I? For tying your two 600 foot spools of rope together to make a 1,200 foot trot line. Alright. I don't have two free pieces of rope, but I can still do this. I pretend like these are two free pieces of rope. All you do is a regular knot, boom, and then you just got to do the opposite. Boom. And that's a square knot. And when you look at it, it should look like that. That way you'll know it's right. Because otherwise it's just two knots. But that will never, ever, ever come undone. It'll only get tighter. And if you're using, if you're doing this for your line, you don't want it to fray, just on the ends, just tie a knot. That way it won't fray. Alright, that's about it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.